Hello. Earl Nightingale said, "We are all self made, but only the successful will admit it." Where you are at in life is a direct result from the choices that you have made. If you are financially secure, it's because you focused on a goal that you believed you needed to achieve, and you allowed nothing to stop you from attaining your goal. If you take great pride in the way that your body looks, it's because you've worked diligently to be where you are. You created a vision of what and how you wanted your life to look, and you did not stop until you were there. Some of us are still heading toward where we want to be, most of us probably. Some of us are still figuring it out. Some of us still climbing our mountain, allowing it to become bigger with every step that we take because we have a mentality of more, which is actually a focus on lack. Examples. How quickly is the raise that you just obtained not enough? As we begin to earn more, our cost of living increases. How often do we not even see an increase? We get a raise, buy a nicer car, if it's a nice raise, or a home, or things that we believe increase our happiness, external validation, and our savings in the bank is still zero. Or even worse, we buy that nicer home, we give our children better things, we buy our spouse the gift that sparkles more than the last one, and our spiritual or our emotional bank is zero. There's a scripture that says, "They will know you by your fruits." What fruit to you means more than the other? We typically excel in one or two areas in our life while other areas or domains suffer. And the areas that we are doing well in are the ones that we show off. These are the areas that we take great pride in. These are the areas in which we compete and compare with one another. These are the areas that we pretend to be our only areas because they are the ones on displays. We pay little or no attention to the other areas of need, but we are aware of these areas, aren't we? We just don't speak of them, and we absolutely don't let anyone see what we believe to be our deficit. We develop a pride in who we are because of our things, and we believe this to be our identity. Who I am. It's my stuff. We begin to believe that we are who we associate with. We are what we drive. We are the home we live in. And we are the job title that we worked so hard to obtain. And we are our bank account. And what happens when the goal gets in the way? What happens when our drive for achievement, check, replaces our desire for fulfillment? We get burned out, fatigued, lost, stuck. We feel as if the grass is greener elsewhere, and we doubt ourselves, our strengths, and we overlook our abilities. So again, I'm asking a question, and it is, what are you producing? Are you producing numbers, income, results for a company that would replace you if you drop dead in a week? Which of your fruits are you nurturing, and in what ways? Are they fruits that bring you fulfillment, or are they fruits that are nice to look at and tell other people about? Are they things to show off or behold? You pass on what you produce to the ones who care about you the most. When your time is said and done, and all the words have been written in your book, what will be left? What impact will you have contributed to the eyes that look into yours? Do these eyes look into yours, or do these eyes look for yours? I've spoken with many people who've been given all stuff imaginable, cars and homes and money and material things, vacations, all the name brand, etc.s. All things that have been able to have been produced through the outcome of money, wealth, and hard work. The common theme and things that are missing from these people are connections. Connections typically suffer when we are what we do for a living. I remember a Monday morning, I was tired, overworked, short-staffed, in which I attempted to insert my house key into my office, and I've done that dozens of times since then. I initially laughed until what I was doing sank in. And as I thought about it, questions started entering my mind. Was I spending more time at work, producing results or income, than I was at home producing a connection? Was I simply providing things for my family to look at, play with, touch, and eventually throw away, get tired of, bored, break? What was the impact that I was leaving? If I left the world now, what would my children remember of me? What would there be for them to hear about my contribution to my family, my loved ones, the people with whom I worked? What would they be told about what I believe in? And is there evidence to support? Is there an abundance or is there a lack? If I left the world today, what fruit would I leave to sustain my children and my family? I remember speaking with a lady in this office who was given all material things imaginable. I can still recall the way that she stated, "My father gave me everything I ever asked for, but all I ever wanted was a hug." The freest of gifts was the one withheld. The father in the story was doing everything that he believed to be the best option, providing financial support so his family could enjoy a life of comfort, and they did. And he had a goal as a child to be rich, and his goal was achieved many times over. And his goal required time away from his family and time away from his 3 children. It required hard work, long hours, and not vacationing for many, many, many years. They went, but he stayed here. He missed important events in his children's lives. He missed building a connection with the little lives that looked for his. He was not only producing wealth, he was producing an impact. In what ways are you producing your impact? Do not simply look for evidence that you can see. Look for the unseen and the unspoken. A woman throws a stone into a still pond, and it creates ripples. The stone sinks to the bottom and is no longer able to be viewed. The ripples bring movement to a stick floating stagnantly atop the water. They cause reeds to move that are planted near the edge of the pond, and the grass lining the small body of water is now dampened by the woman's stone, which is her action. The water now makes room for the stone's presence. The stick will slowly lose momentum and remain stuck in the pond. It will eventually fail to remember the moment that the movement was recently produced. The reeds have no option of relocating or doing more than they've been given to do, and it appears as though they are impacted minimally, if at all. The grass will dry, and it will forget about the stone and its ripples, but the pond is forever changed. It has been added to. It has been impacted. So who are you in this story? What is your role? Or are you possibly an unseen character? Perhaps you are a tree watching others impact those around you, believing you are not able, overlooking your own beauty and contribution. Maybe you're the wind, gently touching everything in a subtle, noticeable way, while often going without recognition. Or are you the bird flying overhead, looking down on everyone in the story, keeping your distance for fear of pain, rejection, failure, fear? You are whatever role you choose to be. And an impact, like the stone in the story, is relative. You may not notice the addition or the influence that you have on the pond, which is symbolic for anything external that you have the ability to enhance or amplify. We do not always see the fruits that are produced from the seeds that we plant, but know this: everything that we do plants a seed. Every word that we speak, every hand that we offer, every look that we give, all of the love that we provide, and all of the love that we withhold. Seeds. All seeds. What we produce is a direct result of what we plant. So pay attention to your seeds. They are thrown out in every single thing that we do. Thank you so much for your time. Questions or comments? Feel free to email me, Kyle@myplacetobelong.